Passe YouTube. My name is Edgy, and in today's video, I'll be talking about how to start a YouTube channel. So the first thing you have to think about, what are you interested in? Are you interested in politics, business, sports? What are your hobbies? Start jotting it down to think about your hobbies. Like, what do you like to do? So step number 2 is to narrow down your interests. Okay, if you like sports, what type of sports do you like? Basketball, football, soccer? If you like movies, what type of movies? Do you prefer horror movies, comedy movies? You could have a review channel just reviewing movies, but not every movie, just specific movies. Like what type of movies that you enjoy the most? If you're into business, are you into real estate investing? Are you into mobile homes? Try to get in depth and get specific when it comes to your interests. Going further along, you could change your ideas, right? But at least you should have something to start. Whatever you're doing, you could also document your journey. Once you finish narrowing down your interests, step number 3, now let's get down to the fun part, is to set up your account. Finally, you're gonna get down to business. If you have a Gmail account, then congratulations, you already have a YouTube channel. Okay, so when it comes to setting up your account, it's pretty easy. So if you have a Gmail account, like I said before, you already have a YouTube channel, you just gotta set it up. Just go to YouTube. As you can see on the right side, I'm logging into my wife's Gmail account. All you have to do is click on the icon, press create a channel. And then once you click on create a channel, this will appear. Just click on get started. And then it's gonna give you 2 options. The best option is the right side. Choose use a custom name. This is the best option because the first option is like for personal accounts. There you could come up with your name. I'm just gonna come up with a name. I'm gonna call the channel Chocho. All right, so you could come up with whatever name that you want. Click on create. If you click on the camera icon, you could upload your profile picture there. And then you could add the channel description. Make sure to add a channel description because it also helps with the ranking. Below, you could add links. But I'm going to click on setup later. And voila, your YouTube channel is all set up. It will look blank because you don't have a video. When you're ready to upload a video, just click on upload. That's it. If you don't have a Gmail account, right, and you don't have any email at all you have to do is go to youtube.com. Then on the right side, click on sign in. Since you don't have a Gmail account, just click on create an account. You could choose for myself, or you could click on to manage my business. Just click on for myself. Just create a regular Gmail account. You could write your first name, last name. Honestly, you could make up anything. It's just an email. Add your information and just click on next. So once you finish adding your information and you click on next, you're gonna have a Gmail. Then you could create your YouTube channel. Now the next step is to write down your video ideas. I feel like once you're creating a YouTube channel, you can't stick with one idea. You have to at least have 50. I use an app called Evernote. Every time I had an idea, I could be eating or I could be driving, whatever I'm doing, I just stick out my phone, I go to Evernote, and then I write down my idea. If you don't want to use your phone, you could buy a small little notepad and have it in your pocket. Whenever you have an idea, just put it out, write it down. Once you're finished writing down all your video ideas, the next step is to create a title. Create a title for the video that you're gonna shoot. Your title is very crucial. It's very important to have a catchy and searchable title. Try to look online at different video titles. Before you film your videos, think of a way to write your title so if the person sees your video, they want to click on it. Think of how someone on Google or someone on YouTube type questions when they're searching for an answer. If you're doing a vlog, make sure to put something very catchy or something very captivating. For example, one of your videos could be, I can't believe my boyfriend said this. Imagine if somebody's scrolling down and then they see the title that says, I can't believe my boyfriend said this. The person is gonna want to click on the video to know what your boyfriend said. The person is gonna be very curious. If the title of your video just says a day in my life, people are not gonna really care. So you gotta put an enticing title in there. But if the title is not enticing, make sure it's like a searchable title, like how to do this, how to cook mac and cheese, how to fix a Honda Civic, stuff like that. Those are very good titles because they're searchable. Next step, this is the fun part finally, is to start filming. We already talked about setting your account, and we already started talking about titles and all that stuff, and we didn't even talk about filming yet. You would think that would be the most important thing, right? But it's not, which is weird. I would suggest do not spend a lot of money on your camera. The best camera I recommend right now is the Canon M50. And if you can't afford a camera yet, just use your phone. Right now, iPhones and Androids, they have incredible quality when it comes to video. But if you have money to spare, spend money on the other things that's gonna make your video look better. You still have to buy a tripod, you still have to buy lights, you still have to buy audio equipment, right? A lot of times the audio that's coming from the camera is not that good. So it's always best to have an external microphone. You know, your camera is important, but not more important than your sound and your lighting and your editing software. It's not more important than these things. At the end of the day, it's gonna be your content. I did make a video talking about the 7 tips when it comes to filming your YouTube videos. I will link it in the description below, so you could check that video out. And I elaborate more on the tips that you could use when it comes to filming your YouTube videos. Now the next step, create your thumbnail. That is another crucial thing to do. When it comes to thumbnail, I used to think that I have to make it look nice, I have to make it look colorful, but that is not the case. When it comes to YouTube, the whole point is for the person to click on your video. It could be you showing your face, it could be you adding text, it could be something simple, but kind of experiment. Don't use the pictures that's straight out of the video. Try to be creative and use something outside of the video. When the person see your video, like I mentioned earlier, they're gonna see 2 things. They're gonna look at your title and they're gonna look at your thumbnail. If your title is okay and your thumbnail is very interesting, or you probably doing a goofy face, or you probably put an interesting text on the thumbnail, they're gonna click on it. The thumbnail and the title works together. And sometimes the thumbnail could save you. If your title is not that interesting, just because you have an interesting thumbnail, the person could just click on your video without even thinking. One website that I recommend when it comes to creating your thumbnails, it's a website called Canva.com. I love Canva. You could create your YouTube banner, you could create your thumbnails. I have a lot of videos when it comes to creating things on Canva. You guys could check that out. Make sure you captivate the person and you want the person to click on your video. The last strategy that I'm going to talk about is to use proper tags. The best thing to do is to use long tail keywords. If you're a new YouTube channel like myself, it's not enough to just add tags. You gotta add the proper tags. So if I'm doing a video about saving money, your tags should not be money, saving. Do not add one word when it comes to your tags. Add longer sentences like how to save money in 2021. Now, using the proper tags, this is a trick that I use. If you're trying to come up with a title for your video, you could also use the same trick. So let's just say the title of the video is gonna be how to save money fast. When you write it, click on it, and then when you look down, it's gonna show you all of the suggestions. You could add these suggestions in your tag. That's one thing you could do, or you could use these as video ideas. Another thing you could do is you could add an underscore. You're gonna see everything else that people are searching for that is related to that title. People on YouTube are searching for these stuff. So that's one trick that you could use. These are all the tips that I have for you guys. And let me give you one last tip, just because you watched this video and I really appreciate it. My last tip for you is to be consistent. Because at the end of the day, none of these tips mean anything. If you're consistent, you're gonna find out everything on your own. The more videos you keep adding, the more you're gonna learn about your thumbnails, the more you're gonna learn about your your tags. All of these things come through experience. While your first video, you might be confused. After your 50th video, you might not have a bunch of subscribers. You might still be struggling, but after 100 videos, you're gonna keep improving. And the only way to get there is to being consistent. I don't know what your goal is. I don't know what your schedule is. Try to create a video once a week. If you can't, once every 2 weeks is okay, but once every week is what everybody recommends. We're in this journey together. The same way you guys are trying to figure everything out, I'm trying to figure everything out as well. That's all I have for you guys. My name is Edgy. I'm out.